Hi Gemini, thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to do a reading for the week of June 3rd to June 9th, 2016 for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Inquiring. But Gemini, before I begin, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart with humbleness and gratitude. Thank you for all of your beautiful comments, your love, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. It's been a bit overwhelming in a beautiful, beautiful way. So thank you. But most of all, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for all the time you allow our paths to cross in this beautiful world, and hopefully to help bring more clarity to one another and growth and love. So thank you Gemini. So I'm going to do a reading for June 3rd to 9th, 2016, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. Now Gemini, please open up your own psychic and spiritual antennas and see which nuggets of wisdom ring true in your world. It might be a nugget, it might be a bushel. Hey, what's going on? We got a visitor. So remember, in the end, always trust your own logic and intuition to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody involved in the situation, and their situation, and their situation, and our situation. Be careful, you're gonna oh! The little pussy wants an action here, so I don't know if that means anything to any of you. Take that as you will, Gemini. Alright, so that being said, alright, let's get going with the reading before I get too weird here in the beginning. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's not my fault, it's not my fault. I told you there's a lot of action going on here, Gemini. Alright, you need to give me a moment. You bit me. You need to give me a moment. This is not... He has such a different temperament than my cat. Awesome as you are. He's a little feistier. Alright, getting back to the reading. I have a deck of cards here for base wisdom, Gemini. So this is going to be the energetic focus. So let's see what we... It's like you get the action. You guys get the action tarot video this week. Oh my. Alright, let's see what we have for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Inquiring. You need to move over for a moment. You're such a pushy thing. Alright, Gemini. Wisdom for what you need to be willing to give this week. Gemini. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope this is not too annoying for you guys. Wisdom for sexual chemistry. Alright, you need to give me a moment. Give me a moment. Oh my. I put the dog away because I thought he was a handful. I didn't expect the cat to come over and be more of a handful, Gemini. The last one is what needs to change. We're going to use those, and I'm going to keep going here. So let's see what God, Holy Spirit, your angels, your higher self, your luck, logic, intuition, the universe, whatever you believe wants you to know. Truths. That one jumped for what you need to be willing to give, Gemini. Yes, I know. Let's see what jumped. That was, by the way, the Shadowscapes Tarot, and I will show you the High Priestess is on the other end. The other side, I saw it. So use your intuition, Gemini. Use that higher self of yours, that inner knowing, that connecting force, the connecting tissues, the connecting strings, the fibers between this tangible world, Gemini, and the other one you can't see behind the veil that for some reason you know is there. And the universe is on your side. I mean, this is showing you, use your intuition because everything is on your side. You just have to have consciousness of it and gratitude for it. Wisdom with it. You know, this one has the owl. It's like she's not even flying. I feel like she's levitating. She's floating. She's taking a bite of the pomegranate. This is actually a really different interpretation. I never noticed on this card, Gemini. All or most of the other High Priestess cards always have a book or a robe or a something over her stomach, like she's protecting her gut or keeping things close to herself. And this is the first one I ever noticed for you guys, Gemini, that she's got her sexy belly exposed. Can you see it? Look at that. She's pretty sexy. This is a really sexy High Priestess. And instead of hiding what's in her gut, she is exposing it. So maybe that means something to somebody. Maybe this week, instead of keeping what you feel in, maybe make the decision to expose yourself a little. Expose those gut feelings that you get about something. I mean, this is coming up in the willing to give, Gemini. So I look at that as openness in your gut and what you feel and what you know. Even if you don't know how you know, maybe express it a little bit more if you've kept it in the past. It's kind of what I want to feel, like I want to tell you. But then you have the Four of Swords. So this is, you need to give yourself time to rest. You need to give yourself the chance to have peace with a situation, a relationship, a person, a job, a project, a scenario, wherever you feel like you just, like that feeling you get when you're going through something. It might be a big deal, it might not be a big deal, but you do know that once you sort of lay it to rest and you put it aside and you go to sleep and then you wake up the next day and it's a new day. You know, new breath, a new start, that kind of feeling. You need to allow yourself that moment to rest, to go away, to center yourself, to sleep. It looks like you just need to sleep a bit. Put down your swords, Gemini. You know, even the little dove here is sleeping. So if you've been pushing intuition and stuff too much, maybe just allow it. Like I said, she's not flying, she's not doing, she's just being. She just is. She's like, I mean, the owl looks like it's soaring. So you're soaring in your wisdom. But she just looks like she's sort of floating, lifting, inhaling, taking the in-breath in so that the out-breath is a release. Maybe concentrate on your breathing. All right, so you need to give yourself time to rest. Give yourself time to come to truce and peace and harmony and be okay with differences around you so you can wake up with a new breath, a new start, a new set of eyes, a new pair of ears, and a clean slate kind of thing. All right, continuing on, I'm gonna do the sexual chemistry area focus for Gemini for June, whenever this comes to you, by the way. It doesn't have to be this specific week. Let's see, this is the Tarot Illuminati. There's a blackbird flying above my head right now. You hear it? Alright, let's see what we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Aquarius. One card. Ooh, celebration. That's a good one, Gemini. Alright, I'm going to continue and pull one more card from the Wildwood for you guys. So I can put this down and we can continue the reading. So what needs to change this week, Gemini? Changes you need to allow to happen. Let's see. This is the Wildwood Tarot. Ooh, the Great Bear. This is such an intense card. It's powerful, it's big, it's like that last step into darkness, right? You need to allow, maybe, all right, look at this card for you, Gemini, in your situation. If you put yourself in here, are you the bear? Are you this bear looking out, ready to attack, ready to defend your cave, ready to defend this other world, this deep, dark secret, this big thing that's still in the dark and not brought to light yet, protected, your den, your space, your fortress, your solitude? What is inside this cave for you? Right? Now, are you the bear, or are you here walking into that cave, ready to face this bear? Is there somebody else in your life, Gemini, that's walking into this cave, ready to face that bear? Is that bear you? Are you both? Maybe. You know, both protecting all of this that you have, that you've built, that you have kept hidden. You know, maybe you're ready to allow somebody else in there with you to see what you have. You're on guard. You know, you could rip their heads off, or you could be the big mama bear and allow it. This is like, I look at this question as a big question card. Depending on, I mean, you have the Northern Lights, you have the Big Dipper, or the Little Dipper is in the sky. I mean, I look at this as like a mound. Like there's probably, this is probably so ancient. There's probably so much connection to our ancient past in here. Our ancestors, our earth, our connection to earth. There's probably mysteries beyond powerful that we can even understand in this cave here. I mean, you look at the megaliths, you got 2 pillars, and then it's protected with a protective circle already from the outside. So are you going through that boundary? Are you penetrating that boundary? Are you allowed to? Are you allowing somebody else to? Do you want to allow somebody else to? What is this big, dark place for you? I mean, if I saw something like this as a structure in the woods or something, I would see that as like thousands and thousands and thousands of that, like giants probably. I would see that as probably a giant a mound that is probably just ignored. But it's probably something really ancient and really mysterious and hidden in there. So do you want to tackle that? I'm going to leave that as an open-ended question for you, Gemini. It's also number 20, so the Great Bear. So you need to change something about that scenario. Are you changing your perception on this scene, who you are in it, how you see it, how you go into it, what you do when you go into it, how and what you take from it, okay? Now, sexual chemistry. This is awesome. This is celebration. This is weddings. This is something you plan. This is a picnic. This is you taking the time, the moment to get excited about something. That pre-thing before the event is almost sometimes more exciting than the actual event, because at the end of the event, you take down the tent, you put away the grill, you clean up the glasses, you pass out, you go to bed, and it was awesome. But there's the moments leading up that you want to pay attention to. Pay attention to your moments. Have a celebration this week. This is a wedding, an invitation, an outing. Do something special, magical. Bring someone else into your world and make some awesome chemistry. Thank you, Gemini.